Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's another nice night in beautiful Panama. As you see, the World Baseball Classic is still going on here. Panama keeps winning their games. Sorry, New Zealand. I think you lost all of your games. But yes, the World Baseball Classic is still going on. I think we have one more day for this leg or this group to finish up their matches and move on to the finals. See how it goes. That's if you guys watch baseball. Hey, Randy. Hi, Pearl. Wendy Shift. Welcome to class. If you like the stream, push that funny looking thumb on the left. Ted Nelson, appreciate that. Enjoyed the crypto coffee conversation, positive thoughts and energy. Now that is a good way to see the world. Cheers. Absolutely. Check that out on Crypto Coffee's channel. It's got tons of views already. He's got lots of viewers. OPEC cut fuel supply by 2% today. My beer and cheese intake went up 45%. Yeah, it seems weird to be cutting gas supplies, but hey, everyone's got their reasons, right? Trevor says, nice. Good to see BC in the matrix. 3-day Aurochs gave me green signal, so I bought 10 ETH. A3. Nice move. Nice move. Come help me finish this deck, man. Yeah. I've got all these people asking me to help them with their crypto projects right now, and it's great and all, but it's also, I just don't want to be overextended. I want to focus on what I'm good at, and that is definitely helping spread the word of Pulse Chain and Hex.com and those kind of things. But yes, I'm happy to check it out, Barry. Yo, Randy, you're interfering with my RH watching. I watched the RH stream. I'm glad that the guy had the break it down by the minutes, the different things, because I just skipped over everything that I already knew and just went to the stuff that I wanted to see. And it only took me like 5 minutes to watch that when I got to do that way. I'm boarding a new Hexkin today. Hopefully he won't get wrecked. Corey, I wouldn't worry too much. When a product is down 90-something%, the chances of getting wrecked are few, especially when you have a community as large as we do. I think we have over 120,000 wallets now, and it just keeps growing. Hey, yeah, I watched that today. Great stream. Lazy Hexagon. Behind the scenes, we're all working hard, and I'm going to be talking about that tonight. All hands on deck, folks. All hands on deck. Good evening, Optimus, Kevtron, Corey Geary. You're funny, yeah. 777, great stream of coffee. Thank you, MJ Money. I enjoyed it. Matt and I have a lot in common when it comes to online marketing, social media, SEO, that kind of stuff. I'm new. I'm into Hedron and staked for Icosa. Are you saying, am I safe from hackers? Pete Stav, it's up to you whether you want to give your private keys to someone else. That's when you're not safe, right? And having a separate computer for your crypto is probably the best bet, and using a hardware wallet. If you have those things, you're pretty safe. What's the good news, Randy? The good news is that Shemitah's behind us. October is going to be a good month, unless war breaks out. We're going to the elections, so beginning of November. So that means that traditionally that the markets are going to do pretty well. After that, though, we're in unclear water through the end of the year. Greetings also today. I jumped into the market, bought bags of Hex and Hedron. Not a bad move, Steve. Not a bad move. Hi, new here. Karen, welcome. My bank took me around with my daily limit order, so 15,000 less in Hex today. Really? Really? That's odd. I've heard of people not being able to withdraw money from their bank, but I haven't heard about that, where you couldn't transfer. What's good, Randy fam? Sad day for YouTube streaming. The next rush. Limbaugh, Nick Ricciata got banned. Yeah, I heard about that. Paul Sachs, it's going to happen all over the place. That's why I try to be careful on YouTube. But at the same time I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm also streaming to Odyssey, Rumble. I upgraded to premium today for StreamYard. So I've got LinkedIn, Twitter, 5 different places I'm streaming to at the moment. Oh, and float.app. So if you want to check out float.app, they're another one. I actually invested in Float, and I hope they go well. But they're afraid to launch their token in a bear market. I'm like, why not just launch the token? They won't do it. Hey, Hex Token. Good morning to you, sir. Superman is in the house. Hey, I got Hex Token. I got to watch a bunch of Kiwis do the haka the other day at the World Baseball Classic. I keep saying that's why the building's lit up like that, because the World Baseball Classic is happening right now in Panama, and I got to go watch the Kiwis play Argentina. They got their asses kicked, but the best part was watching you guys do your haka. Hex Token, thank you, appreciate it. HyperX is the name of the mic, and it's got all the hex colors, so I have to do it. Crypto Vince got himself one too, and I think even Corey Costa. Pete Staff says, is it risky when I connect my MetaMask wallet and Hedron? No, not at all. Nope. Just make sure you go into the right Hedron website. That's the risk, I'm sure someone's going to build copycats someday, and you could accidentally type in the wrong one. So what you do is you go there one time, make sure you have the correct address, then put it in your folder under your bookmarks. That way you don't make mistakes. Look into the True USD. They process money out of your bank using an escrow, so less likely to get flagged. Interesting. Hey, Randy, you going to make a claim Zen? Yeah, sure. Valiant Brand, good evening, sir. Good to see you. Relax and divs, Randy. That's it. That's it. Number of things. That is exactly it. Relax and just get those divs. Walked in the bank and took out 5K yesterday to be prepared, and no issues yet. MJ Money, nice. I keep hearing stories of how people having issues with 10K. It's like 10K is the number where your bank is going to give you issues. Here in Panama, whenever Anna goes in and she deposits money, she has issues anything over 3K. Whenever she does something with 3K, they're like, oh, they call the manager over. And she swears to God it's just because she's not, it's like racial profiling. She doesn't go in there dressed in a suit and all that kind of stuff. She goes in there with shorts and a t-shirt, and she's depositing $3,000. They racially profile her, so happens everywhere. Funkmaster Hex, good to see you. Okay, so let's go into what I want to talk about tonight. The subject is all hands on deck. And make sure I got the right screen up. This is something I tweeted out today. And the reason why I did it, I'll show you in a second. How to build influence within a community. Leverage the content of the founder. And I see a lot of you guys are doing that. Great job. Whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, place like that. You chunk up Richard's content, his best pieces of content, and you take those pieces of content and you post them to these other channels or on the shorts on YouTube, other things like that. There's tools that you can use. The tool I use, I'm going to tell you in a second what the name of it is. It's called Snaptik, Snaptik. This is for our Android users. When you upload a video to TikTok, you could then take that link and put it into Snaptik, and it'll scrub all the TikTok information off the video, including the watermark from TikTok. And then you could take that same exact video and load it to YouTube Shorts, and you can load it to LinkedIn. You could load it to Instagram as a reel and share it all over the place. So the grossest thing I see is when people post a short on YouTube and it still says TikTok on it. I'm like, lazy. Sorry, I got some heartburn. I made the best chili earlier tonight. Oh man, chili. You guys were talking about peppers last night, so I had to make some chili. Now I'm paying for it with heartburn. All right. So yes, leverage the content of the founder. So leverage Richard Hart's content. Leverage the content of influencers. So other people in the community. So I've seen people take my content, cut it up, and post it to TikTok and places, or make videos with like 20 or 30 different cuts from different people talking about different subjects. And that works too. So I recommend using other influencers. That's what we're here for. I'm not getting paid to talk about hacks. What I believe is that I want the community to grow, and that includes me not worrying about whether you guys use my content or not. So feel free to use it. Number 3 is memes for the community. Now, Alan Bittner, or Abit Hex, was a master of building memes. I remember back in 2020, the memes that he would put out, and they were just amazing. So this is before Hex mooned, but Alan was in that basement of that house. If you guys don't know his story, it's absolutely amazing. I'm not going to go through it all right now, but he was living in the basement of his Airbnb, and he didn't even have enough room to stand up. But he was down there spending all of his money on just collecting Hex and staking his Hex. So during that time, he was live streaming. He just had a green screen behind his bed, and he was making memes, and his memes were badass. So memes can reach a lot of the people that you wouldn't be able to reach with just using words. So what I'm talking about tonight is not just for Hex. It's going to be for Pulse Chain, for PulseX, or for any other coin. It could be Poor Pleb for that matter. It doesn't matter. If you believe in a community, these are all things you can use to help build awareness for that project. Number 4, great content like educational videos, articles, and interviews. That makes sense, right? Who was the master of making the educational videos? I have to say it was Crypto Coffee was one. Balia Brand with his daily talks. You got Hex Asians. They used to putting out content nonstop. Discourse Syndicate, and then you had people making articles like myself back in the day. We were just cranking out stuff, and then the interviews. We do the interviews all the time now. Look at the guys. Matt from Liquid Loans. He's constantly doing interviews. Cryptographics. Folks are doing interviews and helping awareness, like the interview today with Crypto Coffee. It's gotten tons of views. It's like 2,500 views already. It's only like 6 hours old. So it's worth it. Next one is live streaming. I don't think I have to tell you too much about this because Hex is the ultimate community for live streaming. We are masters of this domain. No one else does it. No one even comes close. They can't touch us. So a way to track everything and see how you're doing, especially, this really only goes for Twitter, but it does work. It's called Lunar Crush. And not that I want to brag, but tonight I happen to be number 1. I log into Lunar Crush and I'm number 1. It says most influential top Hex influencers. This is only Twitter, folks. This does not have all our other channels. It's not ranking all of our other channels. Moon King B Roots is number 2 right now. Even though he talks about other coins, he does constantly tweet about Hex. He does. Corey Costa is number 3. Corey's he's out streaming every day, bringing the good word of Hex and Pulse Chain, and that Hex Whale bot. That's a bot, but it tweets out constantly whenever people are moving coins around. I think unstakes and stuff like that. And then Maximus DAO, can't beat that. Maximus DAO, they're the one of the derivatives that's doing big things for the Hex community. We got HexMcKenzie.eth. He's always talking about it. Hivid Hex, that account. I don't know if I think it's a brother and sister. I'm not quite sure, but they're out there making new content. They're a newcomer to the Hex community, as far as I know, but they've been making content like crazy. Hex King Girl, she's the one that's always talking about the GT Cup, and she's a great one at splicing Richard's content and putting it up on TikTok. So follow Hex King Girl on TikTok. She does a good job. T-Bird, one of our Aussie friends, he might show up tonight in the chat. He's always making content. Hexlina Pulse a lot is just a fun Twitter account that promotes Hex and Pulse Chain, doing a great job. Jim Rap Crypto has his daily shows with Sam Stolt, Crypto Matt. I'm not sure who Crypto Matt is, but he's ranking here. And Katie, she's new. She just come around the scenes. Yeah, she's doing good, but I think maybe in a year or two it'll just be dominated by women. But for now, the guys still have a chance. Hextina is at number 14 today. A Wild SJ is at 15. She's the one who does the reading of Sci-Fi and does a good job with that. And then we have Funding Jim at number 16. He's been there from the beginning. Consistency. Jack Hexkin, another one who's been there from the beginning with her consistency. I don't know who this person is. Ghost. I don't follow them, so I don't remember ever seeing them. Now the staker class is NFT project for Hex and Pulse Chain, so that's why they're there. And Johnny Chaos makes content almost every day. So that's just the overall most influential, and then you can break it down by weighted average. Weighted average is what this one is, and then follower count, engagement count, and post rank, how many times you post. So that's about it. That's using Lunar Crush. It works. Let's see what you guys got. What you guys got. Okay, here we go. 10,000 flags, a sour suspicious activity report. Thank you, Ted. Yeah, that's what it is. Same thing here in Panama. Can you believe the IRS has offices in Panama? Unbelievable. Lights out. Good evening, my friend. Thank you for watching the show, being there and sporting today. 10K is a magical number where they have to report to the IRS and you have to fill out paperwork, stick to anything below 9K, and then do multiple deposits or withdrawals if needed over time. Yeah. Good evening, Hex Glenn. I love that tweet you made. The Hex community is getting smarter and stronger with everything combined. It's going to blow up massively over the coming years. Yep. I made a Crypto Coffee asked me to make some content for him about SEO today. And one of the techniques I used and how I dominated early in the day was Google Plus. And even though Google Plus doesn't exist anymore, you can still use the remnants of Google Plus, and that's under your Google account. So if you want to watch that video, it's in my videos, and it just teaches you how to go into your Google account and add all of your backlinks to your profile. So you can add your Twitter, your Odyssey, whatever you're using, and it's just more links that helps support your profile. And then below that, you can add Hex and Hex.com and PulseChain.com. Some people say it doesn't work anymore, but hey, the more links that we have laying around for Hex and PulseChain means the more chances of eyeballs seeing it. You guys are having a private conversation. MJ Money, you'll pay for it tomorrow. Yeah, the chili. I make my own. You know, I think that's a duty of every man to know how to make your own chili. Especially if you're a fat guy like me, you got to lose weight. Chili's a great option. It really is. It's called, Ted said that's called smurfing. Yeah, I just don't, most people aren't going to go that much, Ted. I mean, most folks aren't moving that kind of money around. And if you do, you generally have a good reason to do it. 5 a.m. in Europe right now. Whoa, CL. Good morning. Abbott's memes are great. Optimus Kevtron, I loved it. I wish he would go back to doing that. That was one of the skills that he brought to the table that no one else could do. It was his sarcasm and the way he would do it. I don't know if it's his dry German sense of humor, but because it was so dry, it was funny as hell. I really enjoyed it. I do the same thing too, Randy, about anyone can use the clips or streams. It's the abundance mentality versus scarcity. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Hey, Randy, thank you for your hard work. I really appreciate you. Tex-Hex, as always, buddy, as always. People think we got rich overnight in Hex. Alan's story is a perfect example of what to do in the bear market. Man, I forgot he was living in a basement where he couldn't even stand up. Seriously, on a tiny little bed, and behind him would be a green screen that he just built, and there were people upstairs in the Airbnbs. He had 2 of them, and every penny he made in profit, he was buying Hex. Dang. Smart guy. Hodl Dog. Hodl Dog's another one. Yeah. Abbott's story was inspirational. Alex P. I loved it. I had a good time. I know Matt had a good time too. Alan's rice and beans for a while and quit smoking was the best decision ever. Yeah. Quitting smoking saves a lot of money, especially over in Europe, where a pack of cigarettes is going to cost you a leg. We're like the Bitcoin community early on, except way ahead with our community and streamers and marketing. It's only a matter of time and just requires patience. Heck yeah. Jake is absolutely killing it on the content. Jake Sharp, guys, follow him. He's amazing. He streamed with me. And I was the first person to ever stream with Jim Rat Crypto too. I seem like I'm the one that people break ice with. It's just easy. Great stream lets on board the world. Exactly. No, Joker, that list must be rigged. Joker fell away, Jalal. He he went and started chasing SHIB for a while. So the algorithm hasn't caught. If he started to talk about hex again, the algorithm hasn't caught up because other people are talking about hex way more than he is. I don't know those two people as well. Yeah. If you look at the most influent, the ones with the most followers, the first like 10 people or so really aren't hexagons. They're just other channels like Big Boy and stuff like that. We'll eventually reach a critical mass and begin the start of our S curve. In my opinion, we haven't even started our S curve. That's how early we are. Think about it. People locking up 5,555 days. Absolutely. Yep. Richard's last interview was dope. I hope he gets finally in shape now, much healthier. Maybe then also other people actually start listening to him. Well, it's a small percentage of people that won't listen to you just because you're a little bit overweight. Look, I'm overweight. I know I'm overweight. I got to get in shape. I got to feel better. I want to be here for my kid. So I've got my motivation. What's everyone else's motivation, right? To be healthy and to try to be around for a couple of years. I want to enjoy my 55 steaks. Seriously. I'm not even 50 yet. So I got to take care of myself. It's incredible. It really is a Nobel Prize worthy product invention, not to mention immutable and 100% uptime. We're so early. Don't get discouraged, people. One market cycle in, time to start the next. Yeah. It's going to get crazy this next bull cycle. And we got 4 hex now. 4, or we got 3, fourth one's coming. We've got Ethereum hex. We've got Ethereum proof of work hex. We've got Ethereum fair hex. And now we're going to have pulse chain hex, which is going to be the ultimate hex. So, and then on top of that, we got Hedron. Oh, God. Earning Hedron every day. Paul says, be careful on continuous 9,000 deposits too. Banks aren't to flag those they believe to be suspicious. Yeah. Look, guys, we got to live our lives. Crypto Compassion, good evening, sir. The more the merrier, as they say. Chili is amazing. That's cool. Yeah, solid go-to recipe, Randy. Yep. My dad was a chef, so cooking's in the blood. My mom, she was an amazing cook. My parents are divorced. So when I went to my dad's house, I had really good food. Plus we had the candy business, chocolates and all that. My dad was a chocolatier. And then when I'm with my mom, Italian food. I lived right, man. There's a reason why I'm chunky. So do you think we hear a launch date in Hexologist stream on Saturday, Luke Duke? I don't think so. But I think it's imminent. I got that feeling that it's imminent. As long as they don't go the same time with 24 hours. If you do 9K 3 times a day in 24 hours, then you'll also be flagged. Well, I'm sure. I guarantee that. Term they call it structuring. Some do it accidentally. Either way, it's good for people to look into their present or future. These guys are talking about depositing money in the bank and how you have to be careful. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. I bet also ate the same meals every day to save money. Yeah, he did. Instead of eating rester, Z, what's rester? Rooster? Restaurants. Okay. Make your own steaks and mashed potatoes. Yeah. I'm going out to eat tomorrow. I'm probably going to go I got one of my friends. We're going to meet up, go over the hex stuff, and I'm going to introduce him to my mechanic. Here in Panama, one of the things is getting a good mechanic. And my friend, he bought my old T1 off me. So I'm going to introduce him to the mechanic that worked on the truck for 4 years. So after that, we're going out to eat. I love going to restaurants. Can't you tell? Oh, God. What do I like liquid loans? I like anything that's going to help me not sell my coins. That's it. I'm going to be able to, after Pulse Chain does its first 200x or 300x, I'll be able to start putting my coins on liquid loans and taking small loans out and use those loans to go buy more coins. And it's just one of the protocols. It's a tool, right? It's a tool to help me use my coins better and not have to sell them. Believe me, you guys don't want the OGs selling. If the OGs can sit on their coins forever, you want that because that means there's less coins on the open market. I was doing the same thing, working full-time, took everyone's overtime and weekend shifts to have extra money for Hex. I lived below my means, and when they interviewed me, I told them I was in crypto. Well, look, we got a dating site. We'll lose your, yeah. Well, I'm drinking that right now. This is water with apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, and hibiscus all mixed together. I do the hibiscus because it's a natural way to lower your blood pressure. And it really does work. It works just like a beta blocker. I don't want to get into medicine, talk medicine to you guys, but beta blockers help lower blood pressure. And hibiscus tea is one of those things that does it naturally. They laughed and scoffed at me, and I brushed it off. 2 years later, I retired. I'm the one laughing now. Yeah, I know, bro. You're a little bit young to be retiring, but damn. I kept the relationship healthy, and all of them have asked me how I did it with Hex. Thanks, Randy. Yeah. So young, Brad. You better find some good hobbies, because you're young, so young. I was still in the Navy at your age, and that seems like a whole lifetime ago. I got out of the Navy in '99. Yep, retire soon. I feel wonderful for all you youngins. You guys as long as the world doesn't go to shit, you guys got a great future ahead of you. It's sad to me people don't judge conversation based on character and mental stimulation, but weight as a pre-qualifier. Yeah. Yep. The bots found you, Randy. Thanks, Wrench folks, for keeping the chat clean. Thank you, Wendy Shift. Rick, welcome. Good to see you. Too much memories is the main reason for gaining weight. Too much memories is the main. Look, man, I have a tough relationship with food. It's always been my crutch. We all have our issues mentally from growing up, and I think food was mine. And I just have to deal with it. Nice, Randy. My dad was a chef in the Navy, and my grandpa had always been a cook in his 92 and in Hex. Cooking is so fun, bro. Really an awesome thing to do, experience. Yeah, exactly. Can you guys imagine growing up, my dad being a chocolatier? Godiva chocolates? My dad beat Godiva chocolates. I think it was 1988 at the Philadelphia Chocolate Show. He won the competition. He beat Godiva. And sadly, in 1989, my brother died in a motorcycle accident. They had to close the business. I had a stepbrother that died going to school in the morning. That's tough, but it killed the business because he was an integral part. But yeah, that was a long time ago, 89. New York, East Coast, but could be wrong. What are we talking about? Where are you from originally, Randy? Anywhere in the U.S.? Yeah, I'm from Rochester, New York, originally. I was stationed in Maine, up in Brunswick, Maine, and stationed in Italy. I spent most of my time in Europe when I was in the Navy. After I asked, I heard a little East Coast in the A vowel sound. Yeah, I'm definitely East Coast. I've been west of the Mississippi for a total of 4 days of my life. I went to Vegas twice, but I haven't gone anywhere else over there. I think Richard is awesome as he is, but a lot of people are judging guys in their shape. When I was overweight, I felt I wasn't taken as serious as I lost weight. It's the only experience. The thing for me is I don't worry about people taking me serious. I just try to be as truthful and just be honest, Randy. I have friends that are billionaires. It's always been a confidence thing. I've always had drop dead gorgeous girlfriends. My wife's pretty. I've never had a problem with women. I've always had super confidence. And I think that was growing up in the church and having stage presence. I could talk in front of hundreds of people, never worried. Even though I'm an introvert, in front of people, I could be an extrovert. And I think that really benefited. And the ability to listen. I'm a very good listener. Women love that shit. Taking loans against assets are a win-win as long as you set it up right, not to get liquidated. Yeah, exactly. I think I missed something here. True says 5-minute stepper, 5-minute bicycle, 5-minute running. Then the rest is, I have a great game. I can't remember the name of it that I do 3 times a week. It's on Nintendo Switch. There's this like circular thing and you play it. And I love it. My son, he gets into it with me. We're all sweaty by the time we're done. It's fun. Me and my girlfriend drink hibiscus nearly every night. I add sometimes a very small amount of natural honey too. Great advice. Yeah, hibiscus teas. It's amazing. If you got blood pressure issues, it's good. It will lower your blood pressure within minutes of starting to drink it. Yeah, and it has a natural sweetness too. You don't even need to add sweetener to it. And if you grow hibiscus in your backyard, all you got to do is take a couple flowers and boil them, and you'll get the same thing as if you went and bought the packets. If you live in a like I have here, or in Puerto Rico or Florida, you can grow hibiscus in your backyard. Definitely been spending a lot more time repairing relationships that I had neglected before retiring crypto. I read about the hobbies and working on losing the weight. Yeah, we all have to. And it's even more difficult for you guys in the US because your food's got so much crap in it. For streaming and spending too much time in the community and neglecting my health. Yeah. Swimming 3 to 4 times a week and working on getting my health back. Cool. Yeah. My dad's a chocolatier. Swimming's great. I'm a Navy guy, so the whole swimming thing. Former lifeguard. I love it. Why are a bunch of OGs making paid courses to give out alpha? When I found this community a year ago, everyone just wanted to help each other out. Thank you for what you know and you share. MJ Money, people can do whatever they want. If people want to make paid courses, that's cool. Everyone's got to make money. I was actually talking to Coffee about it today, and I told Coffee, I'm like, why don't you just get a couple sponsors for your channel? And he, I thought that'd be really good for him. Because if you got sponsors, then you have a monthly income, and then you don't need to sell your crypto. That's what I'm looking at, and now that I have my 3 sponsors, not two are a sponsor and 1 isn't really a sponsor. But the cool thing is that I have that income coming in. I never need to sell crypto anymore. Just keep stacking that shit. People are like, oh, you could add new money to your crypto. I don't have to. I just don't have to sell anymore. Bally, no problem, man. No problem. I'm still going to teach my kid how to work hard for money so they don't get snobby when 555s come out. Absolutely, Z. I hear you. My wife and I have discussed it. My son's got probably about 100 T shares, which isn't a lot for an OG perspective, but it's a lot for most people. And he's going to be fine as long as crypto sticks around and Hex sticks around. 100 T shares, he should be set for life. Paul says Randy and his family are due for an RV tour of the U.S. No, no, I'm not going to the U.S., man. I'm not allowed in the U.S. with my son because he's a son of a U.S. citizen, and because we never got him his U.S. passport or his citizenship, he's not allowed to enter the country until he's at least 18 years old, and at that time, he has to file as a Panamanian citizen. I think it's the stupidest rule ever because I don't want him to be part of the draft. And I don't want him to have to worry about big man IRS. Money, I'm not a fan of pay groups, but some people don't mind. Also be suspicious of anyone using the word alpha. Yeah. Yeah, brand solid. Being able to listen is such an important skill that most don't do practice. I do the same thing too, Randy, whereas most people wait for the other person to stop talking so they can talk. If I'm in a conversation with somebody and I could see that their brain, they're not soaking in what I'm saying, and they're already thinking about what they're going to say next, I end the conversation short, and I probably don't call that person very often. Because those people don't care. They're there for themselves. Lots in Florida, people don't care about them. Like, I want to pick all of it. Oh, yeah, the hibiscus? Yeah. It's so cool. Richard created Hex because he's Satoshi. Oh, really? And he lost the keys to the wallet containing 1 million Bitcoin, was forced to watch it move and couldn't sell or reveal his true identity, thus Hex. That's awesome. All right, before I get into anything else, let's go into the couple news pieces that I saw today that were pretty interesting. Okay, reversible blockchain transactions. I about threw up my meal when I saw this. This is on Cointelegraph. How dare these MFers post an article? And Brendan Cochran, whoever you are, you should be kicked out of cryptocurrency forever for writing this article. Reversible blockchain transactions would improve cryptocurrency. What is this, PayPal? For some users, reversibility runs up against the idea of the blockchain. Well, no shit, buddy. However, it could be a critical tool for fighting hackers and encouraging the mass adoption of cryptocurrency. That would mean it's not cryptocurrency, right? A proposal out of Stanford University to make crypto transaction reversible is adding a wrinkle to discussions of crime and fraud prevention. Researchers suggest that mutability The ability to reverse blockchain transactions would help prevent crime. What? Okay, so out of Stanford. I wonder if it's the team from Pi. Because Pi, those guys, they're from Stanford too. Those scandalous little jerks. One of the advantages of cryptocurrency is that it's possible for the market, individuals, traders, and bankers to decide if reversibility is wanted. Not only would a new reversible cryptocurrency be able to test the acceptance or desire for reversible transactions, it would help to test the idea that reversibility reduces crime. Okay, I'm not going to go any more into this. I just think this is stupid. Brendan Cochran, you have been fired. Get the hell out of here. Jeez. Okay, so the stock market today. Last night we showed how the day of Yom Kippur tends to be a pretty negative day in the markets, and it started out negative but didn't end that bad. Stocks closed lower after a roller coaster session. The major market indexes were all trading sharply lower after this morning's economic data, but came after their session lows by the close. Stocks opened sharply lower Wednesday, following 2 straight days of red-hot gains as yields on government bonds resumed their recent climb. The 10-year Treasury yield jumped 13.6 basis points to 3.753% after today's round of data pointed to a resilient U.S. economy. The economic reports released this morning included the ADP employment report that showed the U.S. added a higher than expected 208,000 private sector jobs. Okay. All right. So the U.S. economy is still relatively okay, I guess. That's what they're telling us. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too confident. All right, let's jump to gold and silver. Gold and silver hit new highs, begin reversing gloomy year. Gold and silver have both seen big turnarounds this week, with gold hitting a 3-month high and silver being a huge surge, or silver seeing a huge surge. There are some investors wondering if the rally will be sustainable, but the technical indicators are looking good. The dollar finally lost some strength, and U.S. Treasury yields took a tumble, driving investors towards safe haven assets like gold and silver and crypto. There have been vicious reversals in precious metals, with gold plus 5%, silver plus 14%, platinum plus 9%, and palladium plus 11%. All right, so like I said, gold and silver is amazing. I do have my sponsor now, Can-Am. Check them out, canamcurrency.com, if you want to get gold or silver in the U.S. or Canada. And I'm going to be making lots of short form content for these guys and promoting that on TikTok and other places. And we're also going to start a new show, Gold and Silver Show. I'll probably do it once every 2 weeks, where we have a group of people from the gold and silver community will come in and we'll discuss precious metals and hard assets, rare earth metals and stuff like that, because that is one of my passions. And this channel is for my passions, not just for cryptocurrency, not just for Hex, not just for Pulse Chain. So I'll make that abundantly clear early on that I want my channel to be much broader than just my crypto. Let's see what you guys got here. I love that. Richard Satoshi. Richard has talked about how when you give out free advice, sci-fi, people don't usually take action. Even a small amount makes the person more accountable and actually use the info. Yeah, Belly, right? I totally agree with that. When it comes to education, that is true. People don't pay attention to the free things. It's sad, but they don't. Richard said he mined and bought at top, and he lost some when he was trading back in the days. Yeah. He still made better than most of us. 100 T-shares is great. It's not necessarily how many you have, but how long you have them and can keep them, in my opinion. Yep. Yeah, my kiddos, they start at 13 years out to 15. How much does one have to sell on a foreign KYC crypto bank account to get doxed to your local tax officials? Simon, here in Panama, it's the same as the U.S. Same exact thing. If you do 10,000, they're going to report you to the U.S. Yeah. You're good when you get the bots. Human X trafficker. And I'm just going to grow, man. I'm going to be relentless. I'm loving helping you guys out. I appreciate everyone coming out and watching. And that just motivates me more to create more content and open up more shows. I'm going to have some live streams during the day too, so people can watch during the day. And I also have, I'm going to make edited content because some people, they just don't feel comfortable live streaming or being on a live stream. It can be really rough. Some folks are just like, that's intimidating. I'm like, I know it's intimidating. That's why I did the 30 days of Shemitah. In the beginning, it got easier as I went on, right? Tin Top showed up. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Communication skills are so important. Glad you brought that. You're Randy. Most could use the reminder tip. It really makes all the difference when you tell someone is listening, actually cares. Man, guys, it makes you feel so good. And this is for everybody. You feel wanted. You feel appreciated when someone pays attention to you when you're talking. You want to disarm a woman in a fight? Pay attention to her. Listen to what she has to say. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Now this goes for the women too. I know it's hard for y'all. I know it's hard because you guys got to be right. But the best way to disarm somebody is to let them tell you how they actually feel, and you don't have any judgment. You just listen, sit back, soak it up. That's it. How low can ICOSA APY drop? A lot. If everyone stakes, if every single ICOSA is staked, the APY is going to be lower. The only ICOSA, the only ICOSA that's not staked right now, I believe, is just the ones that are used in the LP liquidity providing. So, yeah, Pi Network bastards. I think they have like a plan to take over the crypto world. And they're probably going to, if for some reason I get an announcement from Pi over the next couple of weeks that they're going to have reversible transactions, we know it was them. I've seen you forever, but also been listening to streams more versus participating in chat to multitask. Trust all has been well. Yeah, Tin Top, loyal Shemitah listener. Tin Top's here almost every night. How are you guys seeing the situation? How are you guys seeing the situation in Europe with Russia? People start worrying about an escalation of war, nuclear, energy crisis, Nord Stream manipulation. Skip if you're worried about getting banned. Look, I put out a tweet yesterday saying that anybody who is in Europe and they want to escape Europe for the winter, I'm willing to help them find a place here in Panama, come down. And I'm sure there's Hexkins in Puerto Rico. They'll do the same in Mexico. I've already had 2 people reach out and I sent them the listings so they could look at the real estate for rentals and things like that. It's just that I don't worry too much about the war stuff because I'm a child of the 70s and 80s when we were taught, nuclear drills to get under your tables and things like that. So paranoia was part of the life prior to 1989 when the Berlin Wall fell. And it's so surreal because I've been to the Berlin Wall. I've been there recently, 2017. I think it was 2017. Maybe in 2016. But I was there and I got to experience it and with my wife. And very surreal because when I was a child, there was always this, this tension between Russia and the US. And it looks like it's escalating again. But one thing I know about the tension is it's the war machine. The war machine keeps churning out and people are making lots of money off the war machine. So I try not to pay too much attention to it because the world goes on. And I don't live in a country that has any problems with Russia. One of the great things about Panama is it's a neutral nation and we don't have a military. So you look at that any way you want. Mine Pi, LOL. They got a friend of mine. Well, I still was mining Pi up until recently. I have it on my phone. I haven't taken it off. Got like 250,000 Pi tokens. Can't do anything with them. They want KYC, and I'm like, I'm not doing KYC. How's Hex doing on ETHW? It's going down right now. It's finding a bottom. But, when something's going down, when there's fire, blood in the streets, that's when you buy something. But I'm not putting any new money into ETH POW or Ethereum Fair. I'm keeping all my coins on Ethereum right now because when Pulse Chain launches, I want all the copies there. So I would be really careful playing the game of putting money over there right now. Because what if Richard does come out and announce Pulse Chain next week, and then you got to rush and take your coins off? And what if you miss the snapshot? You're going to be pretty pissed. Crypto King, Hex Agents in the house. Good to see you, sir. Hope you are well. And so it'll be morning for you. Good morning to our friends in Japan. Marion says, Konnichiwa. That chat 69 is a persistent little devil. You guys can ban them. You can do a perma ban. When you look at Richard Hart through the lens of Satoshi, his actions make sense. There are so many similarities between Hex and Bitcoin, it's hard to unsee them. Who else would want to start a nation? Exactly. There's a lot of, maybe he did know Satoshi or something. You know, Randy, is the majority of gold and silver crowds still doomsday end of the world preppers? When I was interested in 2009, it was. Paul, yeah, hasn't changed, man. Oh man, I gotta tell a story. You just prompted a story. Okay, so this is when I was with a metals company and I was the marketing guy for a metals company. And one of the salesmen had this one doomsday prepper guy who just loved to talk. He was a chatter. You know, you get him on the phone. He's an older guy. He's probably in his 70s. He lived alone. I think it was in Montana or something like that. And the guy used to tell him everything. And the guy would fill his walls with gold and silver bars of his house. And I used to think, why is this guy telling David was the salesman? I'm like, why is this guy telling David this? Because David knew his address. Really? I mean, you're taking a high risk. I know you trust your salesman, but there's some things you just do not discuss. It'd be like me having a conversation with you sitting here with my private keys, right? It's the same thing. I thought it was bonkers. So yes, those people, that's what they're like. They haven't changed. In Germany, silver coins are now taxed differently. Prices went up at the same day. Yeah, UK too. Their price, they have taxes on silver in the UK. I had to sell all my precious metals before we moved to Mexico. We were in Mexico for 7 months, and I had to sell all my PMs because you're not allowed to bring precious metals into Mexico without going through a whole bunch of paperwork. So I said, you know what, screw it. Let's just sell them before we go. Yeah, preppers. I got it, Paul. That's why he originally named Bitcoin Hex, a better Bitcoin that was immutable and had improvements. Great observation and points. Yeah. Nate. That's disgusting. The IRS has an office where you're at. More and more I realize that I didn't when I was a kid. They say it's for freedom when in reality it's the opposite. Yeah. Yep. Man the rails. That's why Discord Center was so great for me. I was intimidated to stream, even though I'd had my channel and made videos for over a decade. Jumping on DS made it easy to test the waters. Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to get on with other people. For me, if you watch streams when I stream with other people, I'm usually the quietest one. I just usually sit back until I'm addressed. And that's just because I grew up with, you know, my stepdad's family was mafia, and you don't speak unless you're spoken to. You always worry about the backhand type thing. Very strict. And I mean, my uncle was in prison for many years. And when I was a kid, I remember going to his house and he had a pink carpet, a kidney-shaped pool, and back then, the early 80s, a pool that wasn't square was really odd, right? So that you had to be rich to have that. So, I'm from Rochester, New York, and that was just an extension of the New York City families. So I saw things, and when you're around that kind of family, you learn to shut up, right? And I won't go too much into it, but I was taught to be respectful to my elders. And when I'm in a group with other people and they're speaking, it's very hard for me to interject just because I constantly have that in the back of my mind, like, don't speak unless spoken to. Great to know your stream more. Rick, yes, absolutely. Are you familiar with Chris Dwayne, Silverbug, Maxi? He produced tons of content on The Greatest Truth Never Told. Maybe Wendy Shift. I don't remember the name exactly, but I'm sure I've been following people for years. Before realizing it, I could do it myself and get past the nerves. Yeah. When you first start mining GPI, man, I got into Pi early on. I was getting it was some ridiculous rate. And I have like 300 people that I brought into Pi because I used to write articles about it on Steemit and stuff like that. And lots of people joined. Maintaining composure is versus getting emotional is such a crucial skill. I'd see my parents yelling in rage a lot growing up, and the reality is one of them had a cool temper. The result would be better. Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I'm married to a Latina. Sometimes we have some knockout, drag out, screaming matches, but hey, not everyone can stay calm all the time. How do the crypto banks calculate 10,000? What if you exchange 5,000 back and forth to crypto and fiat? Simon, I don't know. I have no idea. David goes AWOL. I think some doomsday preppers are just gathering supplies for other people to come and take them. That's funny. We're good to go here. I mean, I've got like 6 months supplies. I think that's a very safe number. It's true. Right? That's how we were raised. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, Uncle Randy is live. Siggy Hextux. Yes, I am. Every night. I told you guys. I told you. I was going to be here. Sunday through Thursday night. Let's go to the charts before we forget the charts. Oh man, it's asking me to log in. Let me log in before I show you guys the screen. Dun-dun. And here we go. All right. So we have Bitcoin is up 0.66% for today. We still have the sell on the monthly. Bitcoin is boring, but it is showing a little bit of a pump in the last couple of days, looking positive. So on Monday we had the United Nations come out and tell the U.S. that, hey, slow down with your raising of the rates. So that was right here. And of course, like I said, QE, Bitcoin loves QE. Crypto in general loves QE. Stocks love QE. Here's Ethereum, same red going down. AI is looking rough. DI still really hasn't moved. But I think we do have a small pump today. Small one. We still have a green buy in the daily. Not overly optimistic, but I think through October we should see a pretty good number. Maybe we'll get back up here. Who knows? 17, 1800. Hex. Oh, Hex is down almost 2% for today. AI is looking good. DI is still bland, and man, still disappointed with this falling volume. But the good news is that Hex is meant to be staked, not traded, so the volume is going to be low no matter what, especially as we get going in the future. Still have a buy on the daily. Got a little bit of a pump today. The AI is looking really good, but like I said, demand index, not much going on. Hedron, we still have a sell for Hedron that hasn't switched around. I thought it would switch around by now, but this is on the weekly. The daily, we already had it change a while back. Oh, geez, it's got two. Sorry. We got the buy here, and it's been steadily climbing. AI did move down a little bit, but it's not going to stay there long. I bet we go back over 5 zeros and a 4 really quick. Everything's positive here for Hedron. You can't get much better setup for this. I've had people messaging me, hey, Randy, I'm going to get into Hedron. I'm like, look, I agree. I think it's probably the best buy the rumor, sell the news event that's happening in crypto at the moment. So if you're looking at buy the rumor, sell the news, Hedron's your play. Okay, man, they're really coming at us tonight with the spam. Been dating my Venezuelan girlfriend for almost 5 years. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, man. Latinas, and don't let Marion fool you. The Filipinas are kind of crazy too. They got that Latin. They're kind of like they're Asian Latinas. Let's just put it that way. I met a Filipina here at the park. She had her little boy with her. Pablo, his name. Her name is Mary Bell. And I looked at her. And I couldn't tell if she was Panamanian or if she was Filipina. And then she started speaking to her son in English. And I'm like, she's Filipino. And I said hi to her, and Anna said hi to her. But if I didn't hear her speak, there's no way in hell I couldn't figure out whether she was Filipino or Panamanian, just because she looked like she could fit in perfectly here. AZ Birdie, what settings do you use for Aurochs charts? I can't get mine to look like yours. I usually strip mine down. Here, let me pull it up again. You go over here to, go over here to indicators, and you add the indicators you need under, here's the AI one, the AI BGMC V1 signal. Then under Aurochs, you have the Aurochs indicator, and I also use the demand index. All right. And here's what days you want. And you can make just, there's a little button to make it look full screen like this. I don't know how big that went, but what it does is it covers up all the other stuff. It just makes the full screen of the the signals and the green and the reds and all that. So I hope that helped. I need to make a video on it. I know people have asked me. I'm just lazy. I'm lazy making content like that. I will though. And I have a interview lined up with either the founder or the CEO of Aurochs. They want to come on. I told them anytime. Since they're a sponsor of the channel, they can come on and do a video anytime with us. It'll be a daytime video though. If you need help modding, I'm more than happy to help contribute banning these bots. Looks like you got it covered though with great mods in here. Cheers for all the mods that spend their time helping. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody. Hit the likes. I was throwing wrenches left to right because we were getting bombed there all during the Shemitah. Breatharian have been prepping to survive without food. Vegan preppers are not there yet, but still not a good target. Thoughts on the liquidity chicken bond? I have no idea what it is, but I want it. Liquidity chicken bond. Liquidity chicken bond. I don't know what that is. You're talking about Liquidity, the one that Liquid Loans forked? Not me. I'm not half Spanish. Okay. Marion's acting all innocent. True Randy about Filipinas, very feisty. Yeah, very feisty. Oh, God. Pensit and adobo. LOL, dated a Pinay before. Okay. I was in the Navy, so the U.S. Navy had a lot of Filipinos. Back in the day, Filipinos could join the U.S. Navy. And so I worked with a ton of them. And I used to enjoy going, especially when we had like potluck meals and everyone would bring their meals. All the Filipino friends would be the lumpia and stuff. Dude, look, I'm fat. Lumpia. Randy likes lumpia. I haven't had any in so long, though. Here in Panama, we don't have any Filipinos. I mean, this girl, Mary Bell, is the first one I've seen in years. The hotter they are, the more spicy they can be. It's sometimes difficult to deal with, interact with. Definitely a good skill to know how to calm down an upset partner. Yeah. Crispy pata. Yeah. Oh, God. You guys are funny. Yeah. Filipino people are beautiful people. They're just beautiful. Truly. Yeah. LUSD. Okay. Cool. With garlic rice. I like coconut rice. Got it. I'm more of the Caribbean on that. I like the Caribbean coconut rice. It's amazing. I'll take orders, paying hex. Okay, folks. Let's end it. Well, thank you for coming. And there goes the lights. How about that? And thank you for all the mods tonight. And I will go in right now and add some wrenches for some folks. So thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow.